Today, I've collected the keys to something special. Now, if you've got a car like the Roma, you need to show it off. And the best person to do that with is your brother-in-law. He's got no idea what's coming. Freddy Bird runs a successful restaurant in the Westbury Park area of Bristol, and over the last 12 months he's had more reopenings than a taxi door. But he never let it get him down, and it's fair to say he was something of a lifeline to the locals with his takeaways. So he kind of deserves a day out. This is the Ferrari Roma, a 2+2 coupe that does 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds and tops out at just shy of 200 miles per hour. And with 611 brake horsepower, that's well over double the power of Freddy's truck. Today, I thought I'd give him the keys.
This is tiny. Does it go back?
Oh, your head is a little bit high, isn't it?
It's a little bit high.
I think, yeah, there's adjustment. You can probably go down a bit.
There we go. Oh my goodness me. I've never watched Star Wars or Star Trek, but this is kind of like... Well, I don't even know how to turn it on.
So,
is there a seatbelt normal in this?
there's a normal seatbelt.
Where do I plug this thing in? Or does it just go in there?
That's the key, just goes there. You haven't got to put it anywhere.
I'm going to put my foot on the brake,
Well
I reckon.
done.
And then...
You found the start button, which is all digital. There's only one button in the whole car.
Oh my good God.
Fred's normally pretty boisterous behind the wheel, but not today.
There's a big truck coming.
Off this BM?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness me.
No pressure.
It's a lot of pressure.
It's only £172,000. Well, with all the options.
That's more expensive than my first house.
There you go. It's more like 220 odd with all the extras.
Oh my goodness me. Like genuinely, like it's kind of weirdly terrifying but fun at the same time. Like
The thing is with this, the Roma is if you can use the word practical, you're going to go straight on.
Okay.
It's quite practical, like you just found, coming out of the parking space.
Yeah.
It's quite easy on the throttle. They've actually deferred the power later in the rev band, so that when you start to give it the beans in the higher gears and in a higher rev range, it saves the torque for then, rather than terrifying you out of the gate.
Yeah, that's what I was trying. I thought I could end up in the vets outside.
Nice.
Little frames.
I mean, the engineering that's gone into this, and this is like a quantum leap with Ferrari. All this, the digital layout.
Yeah.
It's quite a big, bold step to go away from real dials and buttons and all that sort of thing, but they've really got to town, so the whole environment is the way you'd see you now expect in a modern car.
Also a little bit nervous driving a car next to you. You're being very kind so far.
Polite so far. I like the fact that you're cruising at 20 miles an hour in 6th gear.
That was amazing.
Magical. And we didn't crash, which is a major bonus.
Whoa! Is this the conditions you want? A little bit of wet, a bit of fun.
It means we don't have to worry about the tyres wearing out. It won't be as fast if it's raining.
But it'll be scary.
Depends how you gauge fear, really.
I'm worried about the colour of the seats, put it that way.
Oh yeah. Here we go. Yeah, I reckon there's a little bit of space in here.
Oh my God.
This is Castle Combe. It's one of the fastest tracks in the UK. There's an absence of hairpins, and the chicanes were only added recently to slow the top speeds. Despite that, there's still a hair-raising run down the pit straight to one of the most challenging corners in the world, Camp. Drivers regularly end up backing into the fence, and I made sure to point that out to Fred.
It's raining pretty hard, isn't it? It's going to be pretty loose out there.
Is that a good thing?
Depends, I suppose. It's a low traction environment, very slippery.
It means you can't go so fast though.
Yeah, it does, but the car's obviously less stable.
Nice.
There we go, Freddie, you're on.
I'm not looking forward to this at all.
I think we'll just take it straight up to
Sake.
one of the more aggressive settings. We're on a racetrack, so you really want to have race. Oh, it is really flooded. Very slippery, isn't it?
Holy
Oh, she's light on her feet. Woohoo!
I'd hoped the track would be dry to really scare him with the G-force, but this time he got lucky.
Oh.
Well, kind of.
Pretty busy.
I'm literally holding on.
Me too.
The Roma took to it like a duck to water. I will have to move pretty quickly to handle the aquaplane.
So believe it or not, that's with the traction control on still.
Really?
Yeah, it lets you get the tail out.
Right.
I felt we could take things one step further though, you know, just for Freddy.
Okay, I think we should turn the traction control off.
Okay.
And see what this does.
Jesus! You're sweating!
I'm not too sure about that. I think I put it back in race mode.
No, is that not on purpose?
There's far too much going on there for me.
But that was probably enough of that.
Brakes are amazingly consistent though.
Yeah. Oh, tell you what's consistent is my lunch from yesterday coming up.
Well, I've got no sympathy for you Michelin star restaurants. So despite the balancing act they've done with the weight, it's still a front engine car, so when the rear breaks free,
Yeah.
it's quite quickly.
Ooh, Jesus, alright.
Sadly, we were out of time. But the question I kept asking myself was how would its main rival fare on a day like today? In my opinion, that's the Aston Martin Vantage. A question to be answered some other time. But for now, it was home time. So that's the Roma, a performance weapon, yes. But a sophisticated Grand Tourer that despite the appearances of a supermodel, doesn't make it look like a plonker on the first date. It's a car that anybody can drive well, regardless of the weather. And perhaps most importantly, drive it comfortably, which is the essence of a Grand Tourer.